Now, every parent tries to do their very best for their children, and now we have a story of a local mother whose efforts have transformed her son's life.
Janine Houghton used a special technique to help dyslexia, as Sue Corbett reports.
13-year-old Paul Houghton relaxes in his Hollywood home, reading a book. Nothing unusual in that, except that he's dyslexic. Paul was assessed as having dyslexia 2 years ago, but is winning the battle to overcome the problem, thanks mainly to his mum. Janine Houghton is now the only person in Northern Ireland qualified and registered to practice the Revive method, a breakthrough technique in treating dyslexia.
It works on creating the neural pathways that are needed for the most effective processing of languages, particularly two-dimensional languages. It also works on brainwave frequencies, and we teach our pupils the way to attain the correct brainwave frequencies for the task in hand. And then thirdly, we work on two-dimensional perception, which is the difficulty that most dyslexics would have problems with.
And how effective has it been?
He actually had tracking difficulties, which meant he couldn't see words sitting quietly on the page, ready to be read. They were moving about, they were jumping, they were shuffling. And that difficulty is now at an end. As well as that, he can now read and understand and process the information that he's reading at the same time. Dyslexics are not able to do that.
This must have made a dramatic difference.
It has transformed the life of my son and the family that we have here, because he was feeling increasingly isolated at school. He couldn't understand why, when he could do sums, he could remember facts that were told to him orally, why he couldn't just read what was written on the page. It's very difficult for children. They feel isolated, they feel different, and very often they feel stupid. But it's a learning difficulty, and when you get to the bottom of it, all of that goes away. His moods have improved, his self-esteem has improved, along with his reading frequency, and we're all a much happier group and a much happier family now for it.
And teenager Paul is the first to agree that his mum's intervention has transformed his life.
Sometimes I would break out in a sweat in school because I was struggling with it, but now I can just sit down, relax and read it just as everybody else, and it's just nice to be able to blend in for once.
And I know you're very proud of your mummy.
Yes, well, I mean, it was a bit weirder going away every so often, but to be able to finally read it was well worth it. I mean, the work that she did with me was just incredible, and the dedication she had to it, it really took me by surprise. I just didn't expect it, and I'm really glad that she did it.
And if you would like more information on the Revive method, you can access this through our website on new.tv. Sue Corbett, UTV Live in Hollywood.